Welcome to chess, ladies and gentlemen. Fidel Jiminez, Wesley So, chess.com match. Let's go. All right, so we got the move d4. We got d5. We got c4, and we have the move e6. And we do have the queen's gambit declined. There's many different options in these positions, but we are just making sure to reinforce this d5 pawn and exert influence over this e4 square. We do see knight to f3. We got knight to f6. We got knight to c3. a6. We got pawn taking d5, pawn taking d5. One of black's major issues that they had before now is the fact that this light square bishop is not, really capable of being developed that great. So pawn takes d5 actually kind of helps black develop their piece. We got bishop to g5. We see bishop to e6 now that we pretty much have free reign over where we want to put this bishop. We see the move e3. We got knight b to d7. We see the move bishop to d3, and then the bishop does come to d6. And I know you guys seen a lot of my videos, and you notice that when you have a d4, d5 pawn lock, usually you'll see a c5. But in this specific situation, if you did see c5, you would be looking at pawn taking, bishop would be taking. And if you notice, it's not the end of the world, but you have kind of given yourself a slight weakness on d5 with your isolated pawn. But like I said, not the end of the world. But these are things you have to pay attention to. Like I said, bishop did come to d6. We got queen to c2. We see c6, just making sure everything is solid. We got h3, we got queen to c7, and then we have a bishop to f5. And this is actually a very interesting offer of a trade because, as I said before, black's main issue that they have at the beginning was that light squared bishop. So you really don't generally want to trade your good light squared bishop for your opponent's bad light squared bishop. It's not a fair trade. We do see castles by black. We got the move g4. You are going completely all in if you're Jiminez. The only kind of question that you have is, what are you going to do with your king, homie? Because you're going on this attack, but, the king's not really, in safety yet. We do see rook a to e8, literally the question that I just asked a second ago. We got bishop taking f6 and then knight taking f6. And the black knight is actually now improved. So you kind of have seen so far that white has slowly kind of helped black kind of get their pieces more kind of where they want them to be. We got g5 attacking this knight. Bishop takes. We got queen taking. And then we do have the knight to e4. And you see that the knight is being improved even further. We got knight taking e4, rook taking e4, and then knight down to d2. And we are attacking this rook. So what do you do if you're black? Do you retreat it? Absolutely not. You go bishop to b4. And basically, if you're Wesley So, you're saying you can't attack if you're pinned. So we got long castles by white. We got bishop takes d2 a check. The rook takes d2. We got queen to a5 tickling this pawn over here on a2. And we actually see the move b3, but this is actually a game-losing blunder. It kind of seems like it does what you want it to do. You're looking at the fact that, you kind of have this pawn over here that's, undefended. What can we kind of do with that? But this absolutely does not work because queen comes to c3 with check. And it is in this position that Jiminez resigns the game. Why do you resign the game, you ask? Well, at the end of the day, you have two options. You're going to be losing one of your rooks if you're white. So do you want to go ahead and go like, let's say king to b1 and just abandon this knight immediately or this rook immediately? Or do you want to go something like king to d1 or rook to c2 and allow queen to a1 with check to come in? And that is going to be picking up your other rook. So you're going to be playing Wesley So a piece down. That's really not where you want to be at, man. So Wesley So is the quiet killer.